Yo, what is going on, guys? Hutch's 0322 here, back, and today, fans and coaches of the ASL, we have ASL Season 3 weekly recap, Week 11, and this is where we had a lot of clinches, a lot more clinches as well in this week, so you guys will definitely see that on playoff applications, who clinched and what, which will be up later in the week. But anyways, as you can see on your screen, we are jam-packed with weekly heroes this week. Just a lot of really good candidates. A lot of Mons put in work this week. As you can see, there were some really high scoring games. 2 5-0s, 2 4-0s, a 6-0, a 3-0, and a 1-0. So big decisive games this week. Without further ado, I think we should go ahead and hop right into the video. First game is the Denver Nummels taking on the New Zealandians. As you can see, Shaman is one of the weekly heroes, picking up 3 kills, helping its team to get a 5-0 victory over the Denver Nummels. Let's go ahead and check out the video. Alright, so this is Mammoth Swine lead. Why did I have music on? Mammoth Swine versus Glycopod very much favors Glycopod. So Glycopod gonna get that spike up as Milotic comes out, goes for the Scald. Shaman doesn't care at all. Burn doesn't matter. Natural Cure can get rid of it. Plus Burn is nerfed anyways. So I believe Shaman just goes... Oh, Shaman actually goes for the Earth Power. So Laurie already making a great prediction off the bat. And can go ahead and swap out into the Suicune. Since Suicune doesn't care what Rachi wants to do. And Rachi shows off the Ice Punch. Jirachi is going to swap out into Gourgeist. And Suicune is going to go for the Scald. Unfortunately, does not burn because Gourgeist is usually physical. But Shaman is going to get hit with a Seed Bomb, and Shaman does not care. Shaman is eating these heads. He's going to go for the Toxic on the Gourgeist. His Demaster is going to go for the Foul Play. I don't really understand this string of plays. Okay, never mind. Jirachi comes out on the Giga Drain. Solari does not make a prediction this time. But Jirachi can basically throw a Wish in the air, so it desires, but it's actually just going to go for the Thunder Punch. Actually gets a Paralysis on the Suicune, which is actually pretty important, just for the reliability of this Suicune actually hitting. So Tapu Koko is going to get Scald Burn, which might be important if it is a physical attacker, or just important for the sake of wearing it down. But the Master is going to go ahead and show off the Roost, so it is less important. The Master is going to go for the U-turn. Again, that would have done a lot more if he wasn't burned. He's going to go into Gourgeist, eat up that Earth Power. And then I don't really understand this. I don't really understand what the Master gains by staying in here. Because he definitely needs the Gourgeist. It's his check to Excadrill, it's his check to Gallade, it's his check to Suicune. I don't really understand him staying in at all. But Shaman is going to go for the Earth Power, and Jirachi is going to go for the Ice Punch. He's going to freeze Shaman, so Demaster getting very lucky with this Jirachi. And Demaster is going to go for the Ice Punch again. Get a crit, pretty relevant, but he's going to be able to follow it up with a Thunder Punch. As you can see, that still doesn't do anything, and Suicune is going to be able to get rid of Jirachi, as that is the first kill of the match. Out comes Tapu Koko, and Tapu Koko is looking pretty good in terms of being able to beat Laurie's team. It is unfortunate that it is burned, so it's not going to do that much with U-turn to the Shaman. But Milotic is going to eat up that Rock Slide, does about nothing. And is going to recover, as Tyranitar is not faster than Milotic. And cannot taunt before it gets the recover off. So out comes Suicune. It's going to take a Scald. Another crit. Suicune, take that crit magnet off your back. You're getting crit too much. So Demaster is going to go into Gourgeist. I don't really know about that. I think Tapu Koko would have been a bit better. But it's going to fail. So, because of Electric Terrain. I guess he wanted to save that. Save Tapu Koko for the Electric Terrain. So I guess that makes sense. Shaman is going to win this matchup against Gourgeist. Again, especially with the stand up, I don't understand why Demaster is staying in. Like, he gains nothing by staying in. The correct play in my eyes would be to go to Hitmonchan, since since Hitmonchan is really specially bulky, like naturally. But I don't know. He's just staying in here and taking synthesis, and now it's up to 31% on the toxic timer. Yeah, he doesn't really gain anything. He just underprepped Shaman. Shaman actually just runs through his team. As you can see on the scoreboard, it had 3 kills. So the Spadef drop at 43% from poison. It's too much. Demaster, what are you doing? You are gaining nothing, my friend. Literally, you're gonna lose more than you gain now. So he's just gonna go for the foul play. And down goes Gourgeist. And now he goes into Hitmonchan. As you can see, that doesn't do that much, and he can get it back with a Drain Punch. But he's actually gonna go for the all-out pummeling, and that did 0. Shaman is so good. It's so good as long as it can hit its moves. So Demaster is gonna go for the bulk up, and Shaman is gonna toxic it. As Demaster is going to bulk up again. I don't really understand why he didn't bulk up to start, because if he would have bulk up to start into all-out pummeling, he would have done a ton. He's gonna force out the Golisopod, so he's gonna be on 2, and this Mega Gallade is gonna be able to outspeed. So Demaster just wants to go for the bullet punch, get off whatever damage that he can, and now this match is at 6-3 in Lari's favor. Mamoswine is gonna come out, proving that it is Scarf Mamoswine, and is going to go ahead and kill. And out comes Shaman, since it is Scarf, it is locked into Earthquake. Tapu Koko, the only play that Demaster has, but Shaman just wins at this point. There's no real way around it. Shaman just wins. But Tapu Koko gonna go for the U-turn. Wait, didn't Shaman get 4 kills? No, it didn't. Never mind. Because Melodic dies to its burn. Never mind, it did get 3 kills. Okay, so out comes Mamoswine. Demaster trying to predict it, goes for the Earthquake. That's the play that I would have made, in all honesty, but then it's a neutral play into Golisopod. So Tapu Koko is then gonna die to Spikes. So isn't that a kill for Golisopod? Whatever, I don't care. So that is going to be the game. The New Zealandians are going to win a 5-0 victory over the Denver Numbers. Next up, we have the Inner Milotic taking on the Contract Killers. 5-0 in Statics fashion, and 3-0 for Zygarde 50%. Finally putting in a good amount of work this season. Let's go ahead and hop right into the match. Alright, so we have a Vikavolt taking on a Rotom Heat. Very much favors Rotom Heat. Anderson's going to just stay in, predicting the Volt Switch to get a slow Volt Switch off. But he's going to Volt Switch into Togekiss, which not too sure about that because Rotom Heat hard walls Togekiss. The Togekiss is going to set up a nasty plot and is going to Baton Pass it into Nidoqueen. Now this is looking very, very scary right now. Nidoqueen can do a lot of work. Anderson is going to mispredict and is going to die. So unfortunately the nasty plot into Nidoqueen didn't work. Out comes Alomomola on the Togekiss. Alomomola is really weak on the special defensive side, so Togekiss might be able to put in some work here. Togekiss is going to go with the D-Gleam, crit, kill. Not sure if that mattered. I think it depends on Static's investment. But out comes Rotom and crits it right back. I think the Rotom crit was way more important. That shows to be the Zoroark. Goes into Rotom Heat. Rotom Heat can't really break the sub unless it goes for Overheat, but then can't break it next turn. So Anderson is going to get Calm Mind up. Rotom Heat actually has the Shadow Ball, but it doesn't matter. Does nothing. Cress is too bulky. So Rotom Heat basically has to Volt Switch, and luckily breaks the sub and can go into Zygarde or Conkeldurr just to put on some pressure. I'm not sure if that is the Zoroark. That's got to be the Zoroark, right? But very, very good prep on Static's part, because I'm pretty sure Punishment is powered up more if your opponent is set up. I think that's how it works. If so, very, very good prep on Static's part. A very creative prep. So Zygarde is going to go with the Devastating Drake Z, and is going to get rid of the Mega Bomb Snow. I don't know if Anderson forgot to Mega Evolve or if he didn't have the Mega Stone. But Transcendent's going to go for the Outrage and is going to be able to pick off Greninja and Vikavolt to secure the Inner Milotic's 5-0 victory over the Contract Killers. Next up, we have the St. Louis Swablues taking on the Keldeo Hub Resolutes. And this is a 4-0 in Ghost fashion, well, in Ghost's favor, keeping him in the playoff race at a 4-7. As you can see, Mega Blastoise being one of the weekly heroes. Again, finally putting in some work this season, picking up 4 kills. So let's get into the match. So we have Alolan Persian against Hitmonlee. Ghost is going to go ahead and just parting shot on out into Zapdos, which can take on this thing relatively well. Malone is going to predict that. Go for the knockoff. As Zapdos is going to Volt Switch into Florges, which Florges can throw a Wish. Doesn't care about Toxic because they generally run Aromatherapy. But goes into Zapdos to heal it back, and this is Swords Dance Mew. So while Malone loves Baton Pass, it's kind of a one-trick. He's kind of a one-trick when it comes to prepping. Like, he just preps Baton Pass and then goes out and stuff. He did that last season a lot with Ninjask and Togekiss. He kind of one tricks. But Lurantis gonna come out here on the Sylveon and could go for a substitute. Now let's see what this Lurantis is trying to do. Out comes Kieran Black, Jeff. Leaf Storm could do a whole lot of nothing. But you know that contrary. They do what it do. So Lurantis is gonna go for the Leaf Storm again, doing some big damage now. And if it can live an Ice Beam, best interest stay in, but it can't. Gonna go into Mega Blastoise, which Mega Blastoise is an okay swap into this thing. But it's gonna go for the Scald as Sylveon's gonna take a quarter from that. Florges can come out again. It probably has Aromatherapy, so it really doesn't care about that Toxic. But it's gonna go for the Moonblast, just try and pressure Mew, at least doing what it can. Mew is very bulky though. So out comes Sylveon as Ghost is going to pull a double into Zapdos to get that nice momentum with the Volt Switch. As Malone is probably going to throw a Wish in the air. This is actually going to Toxic, as Ghost is going to make a good prediction, go straight into Florges. As he's going to double into Alolan Persian, predicting Mew, so very, very good, and he can go ahead and parting shot right out. So Ghost is grabbing a lot of momentum right now. Unfortunately, it's very hard for him to beat this Sylveon. I don't think he has much on his draft to beat Sylveon, because he no longer has Jirachi. But gonna go for the Wish, doesn't work, and Florges is gonna be able to kill the Sylveon with Moonblast. And Mew is going to come out here. Ghost gets to go into Persian. Go for that nice Dark Pulse. Do a whole lot of nothing. I don't know why he didn't bring Foul Play. Like, that hurts. Like, Foul Play is the bring. Because Malone loves setup, or like SD Mew. Mega Sharpedo gets tremendously hurt by it. Kieran Black gets tremendously hurt by it. So I don't really know why he didn't bring Foul Play, but that's the case. So we're going to have a boring couple of turns as Malone sets up with SDs. And he's going to get flinched. And let's see if he gets flinched again. Yes, he does. See if he gets flinched again. Yes, he does. Oh my lord. String of bad luck. And Malone is going to go into Terrakion. I don't know why he didn't go into Terrakion a couple turns earlier. But he's going to go for the X-Scissor. I don't really know what he was predicting. Close Combat was the play. Because his only swap-in was Zapdos, Florges, which both resist X-Scissor. So I don't really understand that. Anyways, Kyurem is going to go for the Iron Head, get rid of the Florges. Mega Blastoise gets to come out and fire off a Scald, and Terrakion has the Pasho Berry, but is going to get burned anyways, so cool idea on Malone's part, but there's always the risk of a Scald burn, so I think a different item might have been better. But Zapdos is going to go for the Volt Switch, and coupled with the burn, is going to get rid of Terrakion. So Ghost is at 5-4 right now. Persian is going to hard swap into Mega Blastoise, as it's going to get poisoned. And Leroy is going to go for that high jump kick as Mega Blastoise. Going to get that rest off. Keeping it healthy. Ghost loves rest Mega Blastoise. And he's going to go for the Sleep Talk and land a rest, which is pretty annoying for Ghost. I'm sure all he had to do was get Scald and this Mew's gone. But now it's back to giving him problems. Is he going to flinch? Nope. So Mew is going to be getting back all of its health. So we're going to make this longer. Yay! Because this video isn't already long enough. 3 games in. Good lord. So Persian is going to do hard swap into Lurantis, as it is going to take that high jump kick. Not well, but the next one is going to be a roll. So Ghost is going to swap into Zapdos, trying to maybe land a static. For what it's worth, he doesn't, so Zapdos is going to go down. Mega Blastoise just got to land a Scald. He lands Rest again, so yeah, this Mega Blastoise is not really helping that much, but he's going to go for the Scald now. Does not get the burn, unfortunately. Mega Blastoise is going to Scald again. I don't really know why Malone's going +6. He doesn't need +6 to win. Because this is clearly non-attacking Mew. He's just trying to get it into something. He's trying to get it into Sharpedo or Kyurem. I don't know why he went +6, because he could have saved the turn and baton passed. He's gonna go into Mega Sharpedo on a Mega Blastoise. Not the smartest move, because it is going to get burned. Still does a tremendous amount of damage, but then it's gonna die. If he would have Mega Evolved, he might have killed, but then if he Mega Evolved, he wouldn't have outsped Alolan Persian. So Mega Blastoise putting in nothing but the finest of work. And Mew is going to do what it always does, at least on the St. Louis Swablues, and is going to try and pass this into either Hitmonlee or Kyurem Black. And Blastoise is going to go for the Rapid Spin, get into Hitmonlee. Blastoise is going to Scald, does score the burn. So Malone is getting destroyed by these Scald burns. 30% is turning into 70%. Mega Blastoise is going to get the crit. Wouldn't have mattered. It stalled it out anyways. And here we go again, guys, because this is fun. It's going to Swords Dance up again. What else is new? He's going to actually burn, which is nice. Get that clean residual off. And Blastoise gonna go for the Scald. It doesn't kill. Dang it, Blastoise. Need you to come through. Mew's gonna go for the Soft Boiled. And this is the most annoying Mew I think I've seen this season. It just sets up Swords Dances and then Soft Boils everything off. Wow. And then he's gonna Baton Pass into Kyurem here. He basically just has to hope and pray that he can live this Scald, in which he does not, as the crit, I believe, doesn't matter. It was at 18%. So Malone is going to forfeit since Mew has no attacking moves and there's no point in playing that out. We just assume that Blastoise got the kill. So anyways, in the next match we have the Utah Hoots taking on the Nightmare Nidoking, and literally the most bizarre match I think I've ever watched in ASL Season 3. It is a very, very, very weird match, so without further ado, let's get into it. It is a Miltank against Azelf. This favors Miltank since it can beat it out, but Suzy is going to swap out, just going to extreme speed, and down goes his Arcanine on the second turn of the match, which was his Bulu and Zardex check, so I don't really get that. Anyways, out comes Miltank, as he's going to miss the Leech Seed. It probably didn't matter since it is Sap Sipper. Oh no, it's not. Or Leech Seed still works on Sap Sipper or something like that. Okay, it's not. It's sick fat. But Tapu Bulu is toxic. Miltank is getting weakened, so he's gonna Milk Drink. Since it is fast in Tapu Bulu, since Miltank actually boasts a base 100 speed stat, which is actually really impressive for being a defensive mon. Is gonna go for the Milk Drink, and he's gonna take a Horn Leech. Sorry, I had to answer with text. But Miltank is gonna go ahead and swap out as Snorlax is in here, and it is Curselax, and Susie is looking pretty bad at this point. Snorlax is gonna set up another curse, and it's looking like a GG right now. Like, there is nothing that Susie can do to this thing. It's S-Toss, great, you're doing 19%. It's a 6-hit KO. It might be a 7-hit KO with the lefties. Maybe even more. Raiku's gonna be that guy and go for the Calm Mind, then gets one shot by Facade. So down that goes. Out comes Slowking. Is gonna try and Calm Mind itself. Is gonna get one shot with a Thunder Punch. What to do? Out comes Deontay. Deontay gonna try and put in some work. Diamond Storm. Nothing. Almost gets one shot by a Thunder Punch. Diamond Storm again. Nothing. Dies to Thunder Punch. And Anaria is sweeping through Susie's team right now. Out comes Tyrantrum and is not going to kill. Snorlax is going to go for the rest. Tyrantrum going to fire one off again, and oh my god. Susie, you can't do this to people. That was a 5-0 in Anaria's lap. And you just crit him. How dare you? And this, everything that follows this is bizarre. That everything that follows these turns is bizarre. Down goes Zardex to Miltank without doing anything after it's set up to +1. And out comes Bulu. Superpower doesn't kill. And this Miltank is going to be able to stall down the Bulu with the Toxic and Milk Drinking. So, Bulu is going to make the right play and go for the Leech Seed. He's going to go into Tyrantrum. Get a little back with that Grassy Train. As this Silvally is either Z move or Scarf or something like that. Susie's going to miss and he's going to die to Flash Cannon. That's 3-1 right now. Anaria getting a little bit of hacks back. Miltank gonna go for that Toxic. And is gonna go for the Silvally gonna go for the Flash Cannon into Miltank. Tapu Bulu gonna come out, is gonna get S-tossed, and is gonna live with help with the Grassy Terrain, along with the Toxic, of course. And then Miltank is gonna kill Tapu Bulu, and now it's 2-1. What could have been a 5-0 Curselax sweep has turned into a 2-1. So Silvally is getting Toxic right now, and Liberal Milk is putting in nothing but the finest. And Silvally is getting stalled down with this Toxic. He's going to go for the Seismic Toss, and Silvally is actually going to die this turn to Toxic. Sorry, I lied. It lives on 1%. Miltank is best play to just Milk Drink up. And now it's 1-1. What the heck happened? What? Oh my god, the crits, dude. So Electabuzz is going to be able to stall this thing out with a Para. That's exactly what Anaria needs. A Para or a crit, they'll do just fine. Or just the same. He's not getting such luck. He's going to go for another Thunderbolt is going to Para. And that is essentially game. Electabuzz is going to outspeed now. He's going to get rid of the Miltank as the Nightmare Needle King win a 1-0 victory after having them should have won 1-0 or 5-0. I meant, sorry. No, I don't want to translate this page. Okay. So next up we have the Royal Gardevoir taking on the Arcane Arcanines, and I notice now that this is wrong. Bear with me. Okay. There we go. It's a 6-0 in favor of the Arcane Arcanines, as Cryogonal, one of the weekly heroes, put in nothing but the finest. We have Staraptor against Spiritomb. This favors Staraptor because it can grab some momentum. But Gustavo is going to make a great play, predicting the U-turn. Is going to go over the Pursuit and catch that Staraptor for some damage. Out comes Tapu Fini. He's going to go over the Calm Mind as Primarina is going to get taunted. So no Toxic. It doesn't matter because Misty Terrain is up anyways, so I don't really understand the Toxic play. He must have just forgot about the Misty Terrain. So Cobalion is going to get hit with a Nature's Madness. This is a +2 Tapu Fini. He's going to put in some work. Does nothing, but Tapu Fini gets flinched, which flinching is very, very bad for Tapu Fini because that means it's going to have that much less health. I don't really understand the additional Calm Mind for Fini. I don't really get that because, I mean, I guess it helps him take the Thunderbolt better. And goes for the Surf. So Surf must be his only offensive move, which makes sense because Surf hits a bulk of Gustavo's team. But Ian's going to pull a double into Cryogonal, which is probably the best thing he'd want out against this Primarina, since Cryogonal is really, really specially bulky. You can go for Freeze Dry and Toxic and stuff like that. But he's going to go for the Toxic as Spiritomb going to go for the Pursuit. And predicting him to not Pursuit again, he's going to swap out going to Blaziken, since Blaziken basically just beats every version of Spiritomb, since Willows can't do anything and Dark type moves don't have any effect. So Flare Blitz, going to do a fair amount to this Primarina, and the next one will not kill, so Blaziken has to go back into the Cryogonal. As Cryogonal takes that decently well. Cryogonal does have access to Recover, so if Ian has that, it'll probably show it now. He goes for the Freeze Dry, gets a crit, which is not really that important because 2 Freeze Dries would kill Spiritomb anyways, so that really doesn't matter. But it's 6-4. Miss Magius is going to come out. Pretty sure Gustavo wasn't even supposed to have Miss Magius because he traded it to Malone, but that's because he didn't update the dock and didn't realize it. But anyways, Staraptor going to go for the Brave Bird, get rid of Primarina. Out comes Starmie, as Starmie will probably outspeed, and Cold Keystrador can eat that up and probably go for the Recover. Yes, goes for the Recover right now. As Miss Magius comes out, Miss Magius can't do a whole lot. As you can see, that does absolutely nothing. I definitely think Gustavo should have gone to Mega Gardevoir and put some pressure on with Psyshock. At least forced Ian out, and then that's when you click your HP Fire on the incoming Scizor. But out comes Starmie, as Cryogonal is going to go for the Recover. And Cryogonal is going to go for the Freeze Dry. It gets rid of Starmie. And Cryogonal is looking pretty nice in this match. So, Miss Magius is going to go for the HP Fire. Is going to die from Freeze Dry plus Toxic. Again, that doesn't really matter since 2 Freeze Dries would have killed anyways. I guess it matters because Cryogonal's at a lower health. See, this is what Gustavo should have done earlier because Psyshock puts on a lot of pressure. He's going to go for the Calm Mind. I don't understand that play because then Bullet Punch comes in and one-shots you. But anyways, that is going to be the game. The Arcane Arcanines are going to take a 6-0 as Ian's differential sky high. Oh my god. Next up, we have the Portland Timbers taking on the Florida Floatzels, as Virizion is the last of the weekly heroes, picking up 3 kills and ultimately helping the Portland Timbers to win the match. Alright, so first I'm going to lead with my Ambipom, as he's going to lead with Aggron. I'm going to go for the Fake Out. It's going to crit the Ground Ball. That ultimately doesn't matter since I have many things that beat the Ground Ball. I'm going to go to Hippowdon, as out comes Aggron. He's going to double into Gramble, try and get that Intimidate off. I'm going to get my Rocks up since his team hates Rocks. The team that he brought hates Rocks more than I do. Gramble going to go for the Play Rough, and he's going to crit, so there's your crit that you wanted. Back, and Thunder's going to take some Rocks damage as Hippowdon is going to go for the Slack Off. And Thunderous is going to go for the U-turn, trying to just snag some momentum. Goes into Gramble, as Gramble will die to a Giga Drain. So Virizion grabbing its first kill in the match. Out comes Alolan Marowak, which effectively walls Virizion. It's going to go for the Shadow Bone. As Hippowdon comes out. Komala going to come out. Take this Stone Edge. I was predicting Thunders or Salamence to come out. That is not the case, and we're going to miss. It's annoying because we're going to miss out on KOs or potential KOs. Rocker's going to get away the Rocks with Rapid Spin. I'm going to go for the HP Ground, predicting the Alolan Marowak, which he does not make. Go to my Mega Pincer as Rocker's going to make a really good play and go for the U-turn to get into his Thunderous Therian, which really pressures Mega Pincer. Go to Rotom Frost as a neutral play. He's going to pull a swap into Aggron. So Rocker's making really good swaps right now. He's just not really gaining any momentum from these swaps. He's going to go over a Heavy Slam and do absolutely nothing, because Hippowdon is so fat. And Hippowdon is going to get Toxic. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, predicting either if one of Rocker's fire or flying types, mainly the flying types. But he's going to go into Komala. I don't really understand this, because Earthquake is going to do a ton of damage, as you're going to see in a minute. He's going to go for the Rapid Spin. I'm going to go for the Earthquake, and that does 58%. And Rocker's going to get lucky that the Sandstorm subsides, so he will die on the following turn. Go to my Latios. On the U-turn, he's going to go into his Thundurus, as Thundurus does not kill with a Dark Pulse, so I'm free to stay in. Gonna get off that recover. Go for the Defog. Aggron is going to Toxic the Latios, as Latios is now on a timer, as well as Hippowdon. And Hippowdon could go ahead and go for the Slack Off here, or it can get its rocks up, which rocks are more important at this point, since Komala is going to die upon switch in. Virizion, which is my dedicated swap into Thundurus, is here. It's here. This basically tells me that he is Choice Scarf. It basically does. Gig Drain, predicting. I don't really know. I just knew he wasn't staying in. Virizion is going to go for the HP Ice and kill Salamence, as Hippo is going to take this Shadow Bone, and this Hippo is sped crept over Aggron, so it'll definitely outspeed a little Marowak, as Komala is going to die, as Hippowdon is going to get a Slack off. Keep itself healthy. So Thundurus going to come out, Grass Knot Okos, regardless of what health I'm at. Go into my Rotom. As Aggron is going to have to take this Thunderbolt. It is not going to like this Thunderbolt. It's going to do a nice 34%. Indefinitely putting it in range for Virizion, but I don't want the Focus Blast to miss. It's Focus Miss. Go for the Earthquake. I make a really stupid play right here. I'm going to go for the Stone Edge, predicting the Thundurus, but it doesn't matter because he dies to rocks anyways, so stupid play on my part. But it's going to be a double down. Aggron going to die to the Earthquake, and Hippowdon going to die to the Toxic, respectively dying to each other. And Ambipom going to come out. Ambipom can go ahead and go for that clean knockoff. It will kill both of them. As out comes Virizion on this Thundurus, he would have had to click Psychic or HP Flying and able to kill the Virizion. And Virizion is going to go for the HP Ice and is going to get rid of Thundurus. And that is going to be the game. The Portland Timbers are going to win a 4-0 victory, as Virizion is one of the weekly heroes. And last but not least, we have the battle of the first round buys. We got, before this game, we have the 8-2 BC Bibberls and the 9-1 Phoenix Flygons. And TG did win this match. The reason that Volcarona is not a weekly hero, because it has already been a weekly hero. I believe it was like week 7 or something, where it was a weekly hero. Plus, as you can see on your screen, the bottom bar is crowded enough with Pokemon Shuffle sprites. So yeah, let's go ahead and hop right into this. So this is the battle of the first and second place team. I'm pretty sure there's a little bit of hacks in here, but it's Pokemon. Landers is gonna go for the is gonna get in and fire off an Intimidate. He's gonna go for the Stealth Rocks. So there's double Stealth Rocks by turn 3. And NRG, the Celesteela, gonna go for that Leech Seed, as Landers wants to go for the U-turn, get on to Zebstrika, because Zebstrika puts in a lot of work. So Keiser's gonna miss the Ear Slash. That doesn't really matter that much, because Zebstrika kind of eats that up. Out comes Crayola, the Druddigon, as it's gonna take a Thunderbolt extremely well. So Zebstrika is gonna go ahead and go for the Volt Switch. Going to hit him on top, get that Intimidate off, and can get a spin off it if it wants. But Dredagon went for the Rock Tomb, predicting Volcarona, potentially. Or maybe Aerodactyl. Probably Aerodactyl. Either way. But Fidget the M on top. Gonna go for the Rapid Spin, get rid of those rocks. Out comes Mega Arrow on this Mega Venusaur, since the Mega Aerodactyl is specifically designed to take on the Mega Venusaur. As TG is going to go for the Stone Edge and miss on the Celesteela, so very unfortunate for him. So Zebstrika is going to be out here. He can go over a Volt Switch freely, but he's going to double into Volcarona. He really wants to set up on this Celesteela. He's going to go over the Fiery Dance, do a whole lot of nothing to Manaphy. This is showing that it is Assault Vest Manaphy. And Keister is going to bring out the Waterfall on Manaphy. So he's got a physical Manaphy, but this is actually a genius bring. It's a genius bring because now Volcarona cannot set up Quiver Dances on it. That's a beautiful bring. So great prep on Keister's part. And it actually puts in a lot of work because it puts TG in tough spots. But Landorus going to take that Rock Tomb. And go here quick. Or the knockoff, you know. As Dredagon's going to get its rocks up. And Landorus going to go for the U-turn, get a crit, which kind of matters because... No, it doesn't matter. Arrow would have killed anyways. Arrow's going to go for the Roost, get its health back. And it's going to swap into Hitmontop to be able to get a Rapid Spin off. As Hitmontop is going to be Leech seated, but nonetheless can still get a Rapid Spin off. Even though Keister probably should have protected there. Just so that Rapid Spin wouldn't go off. But he gets an Air Slash off, which is a fine play as well. But Zebstrika going to get Leech seeded as it's going to live one more turn. As TG was going to just go for the Thunder Wave, kind of show off a set a little bit. But Zebstrika going to go over the Volt Switch, do some huge damage. So Zebstrika has one more hit left in it as long as rocks are off the field. So he's going to double into Volcarona. Or he's going to swap into Volcarona, doubling into Zebstrika. Forcing or predicting Manaphy and then forcing out Venusaur to kill it. So very, very solid double on TG's part. It is his play to let Zebstrika just go down in case it's Pursuit, Weavile. And Hitmontop obviously can go for the Mach Punch. But TG has the Close Combat just because he doesn't want to show it immediately. But Hitmontop is actually serves as a decent response to Weavile. Aromatisse is going to throw a Wish in the air, go into Manaphy, as Volcarona going to go for the Quiver Dance. And the thing about Manaphy is Waterfall actually kills. So Landorus is going to come out. This is like really, really physically defensive Landorus. That did nothing. So predicting the U-turn or predicting whatever, he's going to go into Hoopa. This is very bad for TG since the Pursuit Trap is real, but Keister does not have the Pursuit. He's going to go for the knockoff, and is going to knock off the Landorus. Landorus is going to go for the U-turn, get some decent damage off on Manaphy. Hoopa's going to go for the Shadow Ball. Manaphy going to go for that knockoff, get rid of Hoopa. And this physical Manaphy set is actually really, really working. And out comes Celesteela. TG is going to go for the Stone Edge. Actually lands it. It's an actual miracle. And can follow up with an Aerial Ace to get rid of Celesteela. So the big hacks hasn't landed yet. So this is Scarf Weavile, ladies and gentlemen. He's going to flinch the Mega Arrow. And now this is insane. So Weavile is going to go ahead and miss the first Icicle Crash after flinching Mega Arrow to almost its death. Then is going to miss again. Weavile is absolutely blind. So out comes Aromatisse, which is a really good answer to this Hitmontop. So TG just wants to get a Roost off, as Aromatisse wants to Wish. And Mega Arrow gonna go for the Aerial Ace, as it's going to be Toxicked. And Mega Arrow gonna use a Roost again, as this Mega Arrow actually has some bulk on it. But TG's gonna pick a perfect time to go for the Aerial Ace. Get rid of that Manaphy. And out comes Weavile. Weavile will kill, obviously. TG wants to go into Landorus and is actually... Landorus is going to stop dodging all these Icicle Crashes. He feels bad for Weavile. And then Weavile misses again. That last one didn't matter at all. The first two completely mattered. because otherwise otherwise it would have been a dead Landers, and Weavile would have been able to come in without an initial Intimidate. But Volcarona just sweeps through here. It cleans up. Yeah, that last miss didn't matter. It doesn't matter unless it flinches. But even then you're hexing him out. If you want to think about it that way. But yeah, the BC Vibrills are gonna win a 3-0 victory in a little bit of a haxy match, but there was hacks both ways. I think Keister got screwed over more in the hacks, but still. Nonetheless, that is going to be it, guys. I'm going to go ahead and go into the upcoming so you guys see what's coming up next week in terms of matches. But thank you guys for watching, and this was a much longer one, a lot longer matches, although they were more decisive matches, like they were more like 5-0s, 6-0s, and 4-0s and stuff like that. Still some really long videos, or really long replays. But anyways, if you do want to check out the replays, they will all be down below. And if you have made it this far, please check down below. We will have a link to the ASL Discord chat. If you guys want to be in there, you can see replays live. You can get a glimpse at the doc, stuff like that. It'll be down in the description. It'll say link to the ASL probably in all caps. So please go ahead and check that out. We are welcoming new people in there. You will be a spectator, but again, you get a first scoop on the league. So thank you guys all for watching. I'll probably see you guys in the next video, which will be playoff implications if I had to guess. But yeah, this has been a weekly recap for week 11, and thank you guys for watching. Goodbye.